real family.
A tornado flew around my room before you came. Excuse the mess it made. It usually doesn't rain in Southern California, much like Arizona. My eyes don't shed tears, but boy they pour when I'm thinking about you. Oh no, 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 I've been thinking about.
So we just got the Lamborghini Urus. It's gonna be on the stand. Dermis license plate.
It's a no-brainer. This is our actual data from over 6,000 daily users on Dermis. You've got Apple Pay there, you've got credit cards. That big bar is Klarna. We almost see double average order value from patients with Klarna, which means per transaction that they are actually making at the clinic, they are on average spending double. That's a 2x.
We are doubling down on the affiliate program. So the way it works is if anyone refers 25 clinics to Dermis, we actually finance a free car for them. This goes for any agency, any consultant, any coach. They just send them our way. They get paid monthly recurring commission. So we have, just like any typical software, we pay them 40% commission, lifetime that is, and on top of that, they get a free car. So.
Get in here.
Oh.
Hello.
I get in here.
Do you like? Is it comfy?
Yes. Oh wow. Can we drive?
Yeah, we could drive right now.
Come on, let's go. We can drive through security. I would love it.
Yeah.
Drive over your boss. We'll kill him.
No.
Are we going for a ride? Is it moving?
We can put some music.
Where's the music? Because I want a picture. I need to show off I'm in the Lamborghini. Woo, look at that.
Everyone, go follow. Mighty Mian.
Mighty man.
Are you mighty?
I am mighty.
Follow.
Everyone, go follow. What kind of content can they expect?
Because I'm a fashion illustrator and designer.
Okay.
So you see, I got a company, a fashion company. This is so I'm illustrator. I can draw portraits.
So a little side hustle. I used to draw as well.
We don't went through too much. Trying to murder, but we covered it. Yeah, I'm covered in.
Just made it close. Hey. Alright, so it is now the following day after the event. I always kind of question, is it worth it to spend literally the price of a fucking car to have a stand there and then also have a time to speak and give a 30-minute long presentation? And really this year we've gone fucking crazy. But then, I always kind of prove myself wrong. It's like, well, we've had one of the biggest clinics in the world that has over 200 locations just sent us an email like, hey, I attended your talk, I'm interested. I'm the director of this clinic. We have around 200 locations. We're in the UK, we're in Australia. We'd like to know what your software does and how it can work for us. Things like that, you're just like, it just kind of surprises you out of nowhere. And then it kind of makes you realize that, well, actually, maybe it is worth it. I mean, if there are deals like this that are able to be pulled where we have a whale client with 200 locations and we can price per location, then yes, the ROI makes sense. And it's like you would pay that actually 10 times over. It's not every day you get the biggest clinic in the world reaching out to your email asking for a demo. I think one of the best quotes that really encapsulates what I'm trying to say here is a quote by Napoleon, actually, which is, I think it goes by the line of attack first and then plan later. And that is exactly what I have been doing and I keep on doing. I attack first and we'll plan out later. It's like, it's a very French thing, like just, we'll figure it out. But attack first, because until we actually have a grip with reality, it's all in our head. It's all fictional. Until you take the first step, then figure out what to do. But just take that first fucking step. So yeah, just know when you're watching these videos, you see all the shit going on, you're like, oh fuck, it's going well, like you're making big moves. Like yeah, okay, they're big moves to you, but like realistically, this is like another level that I'm breaking into. I don't know what's ahead, but I'm just doing it. Like I'm just taking that first step because I know that if I can get it wrong, then I will eventually get it right. And the faster I can go through that learning phase of just taking the steps, getting it wrong, but then getting it wrong to go in the right direction, the faster I can do that, the faster I can iterate and I can reach my goal. So that's what it is.
She said, take your time, Mr. Rush. I said, baby, I'm a dog down my mind. She said, take your time, Mr. Rush. I said, baby, I'm a dog down my mind. I'm a dog down my mind. I can smoke already so hard in my blood is.
What do you do for a living?
I do OnlyFans.
Excuse me, sir. I love your car. What do you do for a living?
How can you afford a car like this?
Daddy, I have a daddy. Pays me for exclusive content.
Bro's been driving my car, claiming it's his.
Excuse me, sir. I love your car. What do you do for a living?
I'm in software.
Software engineer.
God, bro. Oh, hell no, man.
Oh, okay. What apps?
Service.
Any advice to the young generation out there who want to afford a car like this?
Don't believe.
My unmatched perspicacity.
So we just touched down in Singapore because I missed my flight. I'm here staying at the Clan Hotel, which for some reason they have a weird fetish with umbrellas. They have umbrellas everywhere in this hotel for no reason. It's pretty weird. But anyway, I just hired 3 AI agencies that are basically gonna AIify our entire software. So our onboarding, client success, client acquisition. So we just hired this guy who's really good at building AI appointment setters.
Hi, I'm Mary, your AI personal care assistant. How can I help you today?
Hi, I was just wondering, what services do you guys offer?
We offer a range of optician services, including eye examinations, contact lens
Okay,
fittings.
cool. I'll get a contact lens fitting, please.
Great choice. May I have your full name, please?
Johnny.
Just to confirm, your name is Johnny. Is that correct?
Yeah, Johnny Walker.
Your email is johnnywalker@icloud.com. Is that?
So that's pretty solid. And yeah, so we hired this guy to do outbound appointment setting, which is going to be very powerful. Basically, it's going to replace our appointment setter who's calling all the leads from the ads. So yeah, right now we're about to get some brekkie. Let's go.
I'm sure we're tall another dimension. You say we're small and not worth the mention.
I don't have friends Niga people, so I don't need to mention.
No, but I have the pass, so I can give it to you.
Okay. Niga, can you help me? This is yours. Ta-da.
Fold the clothes.
Tony,
Then make me a sandwich.
you see you fool. You won't fool me, so I don't want to make you sandwich.
Then make me the sandwich for tomorrow.
If you make sandwich now, tomorrow will be expired.
It's not true. If
True.
you put it in the fridge, it'll be good.
So not fresh.
Okay, so I'm back in Bali, and you might be thinking, all right, Thomas, this looks cool. You have the event going on, you have the new affiliate program with the free car. Dermis looks good on the surface, but what are the actual numbers? What are the financials? So I made a little board here, and as you can see, this kind of summarizes where we are really on the MRR side, the valuation side, and then cash collected. So MRR, we are currently at 18,000. By the way, this is October 10th, the day I'm recording this. 18,000 a month, monthly recurring revenue, which if you multiply by 12, which are how many months are in a year, and then multiply by 10, that gives you a valuation of 2.2 million, which is 2.2% of the way from hitting the 100 million valuation goal. It's pretty good. Honestly, I'm honestly quite happy. Cash collected is 50,000 a month, and obviously MRR differs from cash collected because our pricing for our software isn't just a monthly fee. We also have a setup fee, a one-time setup fee for every new clinic we onboard of around £2,000, which brings our total cash collected every month to around 50,000. And so if you look at my screen here, we've achieved this in the past 4 months really, and you can see from July we went from 22 active subscribers to 32 to now a total of 41 clinics using Dermis. Now, one thing I really like about this graph is that you don't see it go down. And this is because we have a really, really strong churn rate. So a very low churn rate. Not a lot of people are canceling. In fact, in the last 2 months, we've actually had almost no one cancel their subscription. And this is kind of counterintuitive because if you look at Dermis, the price of the software in comparison to all the other softwares that these clinics are using, Dermis is actually at the top of the list at the highest expense every month that they have to pay. You know, you look at their EMR or their booking systems that they use to manage their patients, you know, they pay around £100 a month max. With Dermis, they pay 2 to 3 times more that amount, yet they keep using the software, you know, for years on end. And I'll kind of explain to you why that is. But yeah, if you look at the MRR, again, you see 13,000 here, but in USD, it's around 18.6K. Yeah, you never really see the graph going down. And this is what I got into this business for. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool to see. And yeah, by the way, we do also have cash collected, which is the setup fees that these clinics pay to for us to actually build out their app, which is really just uploading, you know, onto their app, putting in the prices, putting in the images, all that stuff. You know, it's not like we're coding each app from scratch. It's more like we're building a website for them. It really takes 30 minutes max. So yeah, we do also make very high margin on the cash collected, which is what we then reinvest into the ads. So I think it's very lucky to have a model where you have all this cash up front. You know, so we have a setup fee of 1.5K and then it rolls into a monthly subscription thing. But that setup of 1.5K allows us to then reinvest directly into more ad spend. So then we reach more people, get more demo calls, and that's kind of what has been keeping the ads running. I think without a setup fee, it's a little bit more difficult. We would have to wait like 4 months to get a return on the ad spend. But yeah, this model right here is what allowed us to scale in a sense. Now, I haven't really showed you anything about the software and, you know, like the things like the dashboard, the actual features. I wanted to show you this because it's actually pretty interesting and it shows you exactly why clinics are never canceling Dermis and why Dermis is responsible for actually generating more direct trackable revenue for these clinics. Now, last video, I actually showed you guys how it's very interesting how a lot of transactions through Dermis are happening outside of clinic open hours, which meant Dermis acts as a tool to make quote unquote passive income for these clinics, which is a very strong selling point. So what we've gone ahead and done is actually revamp the entire home screen. So this is how it looks now. Now let me actually log into a clinic that is actually making money. And the biggest improvement we made is this revenue sources breakdown chart right here, which shows how much money the clinic is generating from their app and the different sources of where that money is coming from. So we see 1,200 coming from memberships. We see £400 coming from rewards and the cash balance feature. And then one thing I'm really, really excited about is this number right here, £6,000 coming from notification offers. And so what notification offers are is you see this person has ran this summer sale 35% off. And so what this is that this is an in-app discount that goes out to all of their patients, all of the app users, so to speak. And so this exact offer was responsible for the majority of her revenue inside of the app, which again, when we show this on a demo call to other clinics, it's extremely eye-opening to the fact that they are leaving so much money on the table by not having dermis. Again, it's like if this notification offer has clearly generated £6,000 for this clinic right here, then clearly any clinic that doesn't have an app is missing out on a massive source of revenue, which again, dermis really helps to unlock for these clinics. That's really what we try and do. And really why we built out this new analytics feature where really we can show and we can directly attribute the revenue that dermis generates for the clinic, which is something that we actually didn't have, but is massively important. Now, something else that's pretty interesting is that if you look at the actual purchases that are being done through the app, you can see a majority of them are actually done via Klarna. So a bunch of people are actually buying these big packages of, you know, 2,000, 3,000 pounds, and they're using Klarna to do it. And one thing that's also amazing is that some of these purchases, in fact, you look at all of these purchases are made through Klarna. Some of these are made at 8 p.m., which is obviously when the clinic is closed, right? So what we're doing here with Dermis is that we're providing a tool that, number one, generates more revenue with offers, and then number two, captures a lot of leakage. And what I mean by leakage is if the clinic is only open, 6 hours or 8 hours a day, then obviously they're missing out on a lot of revenue by not having an app. And this app allows their patients, maybe after a consultation, to think twice about the treatment that they were maybe a little bit hesitant on buying, but then they pull the trigger when they get home and they get that notification saying, hey, you forgot to check out, you can unlock your next reward by purchasing this treatment, and they end up buying. And so the clinic owner is able now to recuperate a lot of potentially lost sales with this app, which is, again, a massive selling point for us. So yeah, very good idea, if I can say so myself, to have included the payment methods inside of the dashboard where we can actually show these clinics, look, the majority of people are using buy now, pay later to buy those big packages because they can split the payment and pay, a fraction of the price today, and they can get treated. And so it's kind of like a treat now, pay later technology that we've invented and that we can sell to these clinics. So those are the two latest features that we've released: new and improved analytics and displaying the payment method inside of the dashboard. One thing we are also coming out with, and I think is going to be huge, is making automated offers more automated. So automated offers, what they are is, for example, on someone's birthday, right? The patient gets a notification, they also get an email, and they get an offer, which in this case, for example, is 10% facial peel, dermaplaning facial, whatever those treatments are. Now we're actually coming out with a feature where, first of all, they can change the design here. So this was a common request. They didn't like the one we have by default, so they can actually design their own gift card design and just upload it here. That's the first improvement. And then the second improvement is this right here: interest-based offers. Meaning, inside of this birthday offer, inside of this automated offer, the app user is going to get a discount on the specific treatments that they have browsed or added to cart. So you see we have one switch, which is include products recently added to cart. So it's like whenever someone sets up a discount, it's going to be on the treatments. You can make it so that the discount offer is made on the treatments that the app user has, for example, recently added to cart, but didn't yet purchase, or a treatment that they have recently clicked on and didn't yet purchase. And so this is kind of like Facebook ads in a sense, where you're targeting your app users with specific offers that they are actually interested in. Because, for example, if they've had something in their cart inside of the app or something that they clicked on, obviously it shows that they are interested. Obviously that means that they are interested in that treatment, right, in getting that treatment done, but they maybe forgot to check out, or it was maybe a little bit too expensive, they were unsure about it. Now they will get this offer, let's say on their birthday, on Christmas, on New Year's, which says, hey, Sarah, I made you this custom offer, I know you're gonna love it. And then guess what? That offer is a discount on the very thing they had in their cart, or the very treatment they have shown the most interest in, which obviously with the time sensitive nature, because all offers expire, right? And this is kind of what it looks like here. And you can kind of see how it expires in 2 days. And well, this really gets them to pull the trigger, buy the treatment that they wanted to because of this special offer, gets them back into the clinic. And again, this is an example of a feature I'm really excited about. So yeah, those are the latest features that are released. In terms of what's coming next, like I mentioned in the beginning of the vlog, I have been working with 3 different AI agencies, and one particular use case of AI is in our service delivery. Now, just to give you some context, whenever a new user signs up to Dermis, meaning whenever we onboard a new clinic, what happens, the first thing we do is that we go inside of their app builder and we upload all of their different, all of their different treatments. So what this typically means is that we go in their website, we take all of their treatments, the description, how it's priced, we take the images, and we upload those inside of their dashboard, which then shows up onto their app. Then we set up the different rewards, which also takes a little bit of time. We go create new reward, give it a name, give it an image, and then we also have to set up the memberships, and then we upload the logo, we set the brand color of the app, the background color, all of these business details. And so what we have been working on, and this is actually something I'm extremely excited about, is when we onboard new clinics, all they have to do is input their website, click submit, and then we have an AI in the background which scrapes their website, looks at all the prices, the treatments, the images, uploads that onto Dermis, onto their app, and in 3 minutes they have their own app. It's still kind of in the works, but what it looks like is this. So the agency I'm working with, so he's inputted the website and now he's just reloading the page. And as you can see, all of the products, all of the treatments were automatically uploaded inside of the app by the AI, which is insane. You can see the AI is extremely accurate also in the descriptions, in the name of the treatment, the prices, because it's really successful at scraping all that information from their website. It's even pulling in the treatment image. If they don't have a treatment image, we have an AI that creates an image for them for the treatment. And then same thing for the rewards. It's gone ahead and uploaded all those rewards automatically. And it's even created a membership program for the clinic in a matter of, 1 minute. So that's the AI app builder. Again, super excited about that one. And then we have over here white labeling Dermis, maybe. So a lot of people in my close network have asked, would it be possible to white label Dermis? A lot of medical clinic agencies, a lot of marketing agencies, a lot of consultants also have said, is it possible if we just white label it? Because obviously this is very good. This is a very good tool to retain clients forever, to keep getting them paying every month, and kind of using it as a way to never get your clients to leave, because the biggest thing for every agency or consultant is just failing to have the ability to keep them on a monthly retainer for more than 3-4 months. I think the average churn rate for the agency is 3 months, and this tool would actually really help mitigating that and help them get a better LTV. So we've actually looked into it, and this is what it looks like. And by the way, just to kind of give you a little run through of what our current dashboard kind of looks like. This is the app builder. We have memberships. We have a little bit more analytics on how much, how the app is performing, what the average order value is, etc., etc. Now that is our Dermis dashboard, right? So we have our logo, our domain, and this is kind of a preview here of what it could look like. And this is a hypothetical. We did not develop this yet, but you could have your own logo, and this is what it would look like for your clients. Okay, so you can see the difference here. The pink is kind of removed. You can put your own logo, your own colors, and obviously your own domain to really make it branded to how you want it to be. And here you can easily switch, just like in high level, on different sub accounts. In this case, the sub accounts are different apps. And so if I go in the admin view over here, I can also clearly see a view of all of my different clients. So all the different apps, how many users they have. I can, click view more here and see all the app information, how much MRR they're generating from their memberships, the client LTV they have. So then you can go back here again. You get a nice overview of all of your different clients. Then you can go on the white label settings here and you can change your brand color. You can have, this is where you obviously upload your own logo, your own white label domain. Now this is dermis.ai. You'd have to change that to your own domain. So no one sees Dermis anywhere. This is your brand. And then you have some settings here. So yeah, if you're watching this and you have a medical spa agency, or you have an agency also that serves dental, spas, any type of spa, really could be a massage spa, beauty salons, chiropractors as well. If you're interested in maybe getting on the wait list, again, I don't know if I'm going to do this. If you're interested in the churn rate that Dermis has and you kind of want to emulate the same thing with your business, it could be a win. So what you can do is you could just drop me a DM at Thomas Gonnet, or you can send an email at my email that is on screen right here, because yeah, Instagram for some reason kind of hides a lot of messages nowadays. So those are the two best ways to reach out. Again, I don't really expect much, but yeah. And yeah, with that said, that is an update on the financials. So I just want to give a quick shout out to Cameron England. You might remember him from a video I made actually 2 years ago, because Cameron was in my agency program I had at the time called 300 Agencies, if you guys remember. And the thing that's unique about Cam is that he was only 17 at the time when I interviewed him, and he was already making $50,000 a month with a marketing agency in the medical spa niche. And as of today, he is making $3 million a year, managing 200 med spa client accounts. And by the way, I'm going to touch on med spas and why I think people right now are making a killing in that niche, including Cam, and by the way, a lot of his own students in his program. And so yeah, at that time, given Dermis was scaling extremely fast, we encountered a lot of problems systemizing everything. When you kind of go from 0 to 40 clients in the span of 2-3 months, we lacked a proper client relationship and client management infrastructure. So I reached out to Cam, purchased his program, and honestly, nothing compares to it. One thing, for example, I got from just his program, by the way, it's called License and Scale. I'll link it in the description. Is like, for example, in your sales calls, having a waiting room. So you just turn on the waiting room feature in Zoom and you upload a video where you have a kind of a video supercut of all of your client testimonials playing in an automated loop, so that whenever a new prospect or a new lead, they join your Zoom, right, they actually consume a bunch of previous client testimonials before the actual sales call. So something as basic as that, literally doubled our sales conversion rates without changing anything. So, that's kind of a golden nugget like you guys have right there just for free. But yeah, if you're considering any business scaling or agency program, I don't think there's anyone in the space right now doing it at this level. And also, by the way, hasn't yet shut down his agency, still runs it, and it's now fully automated, making $3 million a year in the med spa niche. So yeah, it's kind of a full circle moment to think back when I used to run my med spa agency, and I inspired a new era, so to speak, of agency owners. And those agency owners, I'm now taking bits and pieces of informations and, of systems from, because they have such an efficient operation managing hundreds of med spa client accounts. And it's funny that the most profitable niche for agencies was and still is med spas, hands down. In fact, I recently watched a podcast called My First Million. I don't know, you guys might have seen it. I'll leave a link to it in the description as well, where Alex Hermosi was actually a guest in the podcast, and he was asked if he were to start all over again from zero, what niche or what industry would he pick and why? And even at his current stage, he said, I would pick med spas. So I'll just play the clip here so you can kind of watch for yourself.
All right, what do I got?
I love it. All right, if I reset your bank account and your followers, change your name and face, so I reset you to zero, basically drop you in another life, another country. How long do you think it would take you to get rich again? And
what's rich?
Rich would be, let's say, for the name of this podcast, my first million. To make $1 million, get $1 million in your bank account.
A year?
And what would be the approach? So you're back to nameless, faceless Alex.
Yeah. Well, having lost everything twice, I'll tell you what I did, which was I find a local business that's typically a service that I think I can sell for a lot of money. And so I will say, hey, how cheaply will you let me sell you? Basically, if I send you 100 customers, how cheaply would you do it? Would you charge me to do that?
Is there a better or worse type of service business that you'd go for? Like knowing what you know now, like maybe I sold to gyms.
I for sure do healthcare.
Healthcare.
Oh my God, yeah.
Healthcare means what?
White lab coat.
Anything, any service in healthcare.
Like I call it pseudo medical.
Okay.
So that's where like, I mean, that's why I like teeth whitening. We have a chain of 28 stores. Like I love pseudo medical stuff. So laser skin stuff, laser hair removal, the chemical peels. I love all that stuff. Like the beauty medical like intersection. You can just sell your eyes out. It's amazing.
What's why you love it? Because of the demand? Because it's
huge supply demand inequality. So there's if you look at the stats there, it's insane. Like the amount of demand of like boomers and all the stuff who like want to stay young, and the supply side on it is so low. And the reason I know this is because every single med spa that walks in these doors is killing it. And I talk to the founders, and I'm like, whoa. And I'm like, so how do you market? They're like, we just kind of like open up. We just announced that we're there.
We have a website.
Yeah, no, they're like, yeah, we have a phone number. People just kind of come in. I was like, they don't know. That's not how it works.
That's not how most business works.
That's how crazy the supply demand difference is. And they don't think about pricing. They think about nothing. They make 40% more. They have no idea. Right. And so that's why I would go there.
That's like a heat signal for you.
Yeah, 100%. When I see a lot of people who don't know what they're doing, all making money, I'm like, okay, there's something there that's good. And so that's what I would do because that's what I did do.
Right.
So yeah, it is amazing to hear, because sometimes when you build a business, it is kind of all about the market, what industry you pick. In fact, it's probably like 80% of it is like your industry. And it's one of those things people don't really like to talk about, but it's true. Like what industry you're in, what industry you serve has everything to do with your business and whether or not you are going to be profitable, or if you're just going to see slow, stagnant growth. It's all in the niche, unfortunately. So med spas still going strong as a niche, and I'm happy to hear that.
A tornado flew around my room before you came. Excuse the mess it made. It usually doesn't rain in Southern California.